The Heli-Safe by far has been one of the most popular products we've launched in recent years. It solved that age-old issue for many anglers where they perhaps wanted to fish a chod rig or even a helicopter rig at long range but wanted to drop the lead, and it wasn't able to do that easily. We brought out the Heli-Safe. It wasn't our product, it was brought to us by a couple of guys. We've just helped develop it. However, there was a slight problem. A lot of anglers, when using a helicopter style setup, would snip off the swivel on the lead, and when hung on the Heli-Safe, whilst it looks right, every now and then, on impact with the water, because there was no movement from the brass loop, it could cause the Heli-Safe to jar open and drop the lead, which is obviously a problem. You can still use it with the swivel on, but it did look a little bit untidy, which is where the Heli-Lead comes in. By having just the ring on there, it sits on the Heli-Safe beautifully, but more importantly, gives it that little bit of movement which stops it coming off when you cast out. The shape of the Heli-Lead was very, very important. We knew we couldn't bring out our whole range of leads in this new style of setup because we still want the swivel type for using with a lead clip. So we had to do a shape that kind of ticked all the boxes. So it's nicely shaped. If you want to cast it a long distance, it's still got that sort of torpedo effect, but it's also got the dumpy bottom, which enables you to fill the bottom nicely, and it's also not likely to roll downhill because of that. As we could only do this in one particular shape, we had to give you a nice range of sizes to choose from. So whether you want to fish a long way out, we do them up to 4 ounce, or lots of people do like to just flick maybe little chod rigs very, very close in, or any type of rig very, very close in. So we go down as low as a 1.5 ounce as well. But they're available in all half sizes right the way through. The top of the Heli-Lead still has the same brass loop that all of our leads have always had, but rather than the large swivel, it has the heavy-duty ring that you'd expect to find on one of our ring swivels. And that is there to eliminate the possibility of the lead coming off on impact, whilst giving it a neat and tidy finish when connected to a Heli-Safe that a normal swivel lead just wouldn't give you. The coating on the new Heli-Lead is different to what we've always done in the past. It's actually a thinner, matte finish this time, which means it's got less glare once on the bottom, and just all round it's a real nice camouflage finish, and it looks really, really good when in the water. In fact, we're so happy with it that in time we plan to change all of our leads over to this style of finish. Over the past few years, I've moved almost exclusively over to a helicopter style presentation. I only get very, very limited time, and I want to, when I'm wandering around and perhaps see a fish show, like today I'm fishing bush farm in Essex. It's only a very, very small lake, but already I've moved because I saw a fish show. By having the Heli-Safe on and a helicopter setup, I know I can just flick a rig down into position and guarantee myself that it's presented. Now, and the reason I use the Heli-Safe in conjunction with that is because it ticks all the boxes. If I need to drop the lead because I know there's weed or snags, and I can do that, but more importantly, if I do just want to keep the lead on because I may be fishing a runs lake in just open water, by including the small plastic collar, I can do that as well. It really is the perfect thing for helicopter presentations.